I'll take a minute here and try to describe the underground mining method that we use, the block caving mining method, because it is a bit of a, it's not a novelty. There's 5 or 6 of them around the world, but we're the only ones operating with it in Australia, as I said. We've basically gone underground about 600 meters into our ore body and started to create an opening, create a big cavern or room. And the size that we want to get that room to, or that cavern to, is about 200 meters by 300 meters. So we start making it bigger and bigger and bigger out from the edges. So at some point, probably around 150 meters by 100 meters, that gets too big and the ceiling or the roof starts to collapse and come down. And we're not in that cavern, we're on the edge, we're out of harm's way. And that rock comes down, and it comes down and breaks itself up. And the rock above it starts coming down. And soon enough, we've got big enough room that we're starting to have rock come down spontaneously. And we've got rock coming down to us for free. So underneath that undercut, it's called, we create a series of draw bells, or draw points. Each one is a cone that comes down, and the entrance to it looks a bit like you take a couple of boards out of the side of a silo. And you can put your shovel in, or a tractor loader bucket in, and pull out some grain, and the rest of the grain will come down. That's the same style of draw point we use. About the same size as a garage door. Pull in with a loader, take a bucket, and you take a couple of buckets, then it comes down again. So this rock is coming down to us and breaking itself up along the way. And basically for free, without using explosives or drilling, we're mining and producing copper, gold, and silver. So that's one of the most efficient ways of mining underground. And it only works if you've got the right ore body. We just happen to have it here. So on your right hand side, if you look out, you can see the top edge of our subsidence zone. Our conveyor that was straight used to pass right over top of that hole. There's no wonder we had to go around it. And that is right we're standing right on top of, we're driving right on top of our underground operation. So 600 meters below our feet at this very moment, there's 5 or 6 loaders, electric powered loaders, in there underneath that area of broken rock, pulling rock out of draw points and placing it into a bin, into a crusher, conveyor, and over to the hoist. Up the hoist, through another crusher, and over to the conveyor, and just here on our left. So you can see it's a bit of a process to get it to this stage. So this conveyor travels quite quickly. I don't know if anyone wants to guess the speed there. What's our speed on the speedometer there? About 30 kilometers an hour we're traveling at. It's a bit slower than that. So I'm told it's about 14 and a half, but if we built this car correctly, then it's probably traveling about 20. But so 14 and a half kilometers an hour or so, and about 900 tons an hour over to the mill. Anyone been on site here before? No? Nobody? Everybody from Parks, or where are you from? From Parks? Who's from Parks? Ah, the minority though. Anybody here from outside of New South Wales? No? Alright. Ah, from the ACT. Yeah, that's way outside. Yeah, we got you surrounded at ACT. Yeah? Well, we haven't invaded yet. Who knows? So as we get closer here, we can start to see the piles, the stockpiles. In the, that's where the mill picks up the rock and enters into the milling process. So we've traveled beside this rock, it's come up, it's going to drop onto that conveyor, the curved conveyor that ends up at the top of those drill towers, we call them. And there's 2 towers there, 2 stockpiles there. When they're full to capacity, when they're a nice big cone shape, any guesses on how many broken tons are there, how many tons of rock are there? No? And the bus driver's not allowed to guess. He's heard this before. We've got about 300,000 tons on those stockpiles when we have them stock block full. Now you can imagine right now they're not really even half full because dropping a rock on the top, it has a lot of room left to fill up.